How many hearts could live through all the winters we've known and still not be cold? True love travels on a gravel road. Or so sang Elvis Presley. Anyhow, it appears that the innovative French brand Look also has a fondness for pebble-strewn passages, having just launched this, the 765 Gravel RS, but also this, the E765 Gravel e-bike. Can I take this off now? Yeah. Right. I'm going to take you through all the new tech and features on these exciting bikes, starting first with the RS. And also, feel free to play along at home. Grab yourself a mineral water and drink every time I say the word look. We've got some big plans for later in the year with these bikes, but while we're waiting for the snow to melt in the high mountains, Look has asked us to give a first look at its latest creations. The 765 RS comes in 3 different builds, and this is the top of the range model, which comes in this rather off-road appropriate olive camo green. I like that. Now, versatility is the name of the game here. This is a bike that's equally competent on or off-road. You could explore with it, you could bike pack with it, you could even do cyclo-cross races with it. The intention is a machine that expands the horizon of what you can expect to do on a drop bar bike. In case you were wondering, RS stands for Racing Sport, and that gives you a good idea about what the raison d'etre for this bike is. Look will like that because it's French. Anyhow, to this end, the carbon frame features 29% high modulus fibres, which help make it lighter, but also give a sharper ride. There's also high impact carbon fibres in the frame as well, and these are used to help reinforce key areas. It's pretty light too. The claimed weight for the frame is 1.2 kilograms and 390 grams for the fork, which for a disc brake equipped gravel bike is competitive. What about key features? Well, at the back we've got these 3D wave seat stays, which are narrowed at the ends to control movement, and according to Look, they offer more compliance than a traditional design. Now, having this flexibility in the rear end is good because as the rear wheel is bumping around, it helps it maintain traction by keeping it in contact with the ground. There's also a 27.2mm carbon seat post, which is intended to offer some deflection and added comfort too. Look has adopted a dropped chainstay design, and this is something that we see increasingly on gravel bikes these days, and the advantage of it is that you can have greater tyre clearance in the frame but still have the clearance to fit up to a 50-tooth chain set if you want to, and also have a narrower bottom bracket to make use of the narrower Q factor on a road bike chain set as well. Now here we have SRAM Force 1 bike. I really do like the look of that chain ring. That's a 42-tooth ring, and it's paired with an 1136 cassette at the back. But as I've mentioned, you can fit a 50-tooth chain ring here, and you may have noticed, if you're sharp-eyed, that we've got a front mech hanger as well, and a little port for a Di2 cable. There's loads of mounts too, so you can mount bottles here, 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 and even here. Although these mounts are probably better for a bento box that you can, well, store your sandwiches in. Perfect if you want to go full-on Bear Grylls. We've also been supplied with these rather smart Look carbon fibre cages, which are very tidy. They have this nice little rubber thing to help hold your bottle in place when you're going over the rough stuff. I like those. The wheels are Mavic all-road disc CL tubeless, and they're fitted with WTB Riddler 37mm tyres. If you want to stay with the 700C diameter wheel, like we've got here, then you can go up to 40mm for the tyre width, but if you drop down to a 650B wheel, smaller diameter, the bike's designed for this, and it can accommodate an even bigger volume tyre. It's not something I've tried yet myself, but I'm really keen to give that a go. And also, because they're Mavic wheels, it means you get to make use of the cool Mavic speed release through axle technology as well. Up front, we've got a proprietary aluminium bar and gravel specific stem from Luwaks, and you also have the option to run your cables through this stem as well and through the top cap. Although you will notice that on ours we've got some excess spacers. You don't have to have those there, that's just because this is a sample bike. And if you look here, you'll notice that there's a UCI approved frame sticker. Now, there aren't currently any UCI sanctioned gravel specific races yet. However, when they do happen, this will be the kind of tool that you'll want for the job. Luwaks has always been ahead of the times. Now, what if you want to experience the freedom and exploration of a gravel bike, but you're worried that you're not as fit as you feel you need to be, or perhaps you're just not as fast as your fellow riders, or maybe you're getting on a bit and getting a bit older, or you might have a disability. You may even be Elvis in his Vegas days. Whatever the reason, it doesn't matter, because Luwaks has the solution. The Luwaks E765 Gravel. Now, the 765 RS we just looked at shares many of the same features with this electric assisted version. So you've got the 3D wave seat stays at the back for added compliance, the same carbon post, you've got the same Mavic wheels, and also similar cockpit with the same stem there. But on this particular one, we've got some flared bars, so they're slightly wider in the drops for added stability. Yes, flares. The King would approve of that. But this is all joined by a Fazua electric motor. It's a unit that we're increasingly seeing on top-end e-bikes, and Luwaks also has it in their Optimum, which is their road-specific e-bike. And the reason for this is that it's a relatively lightweight motor, and it also has an unobtrusive feel through the cranks when you're pedaling as well. So the combined weight of the motor, battery, and also the bottom bracket unit is just 4 kilograms, which brings the total weight of the bike to 13.4 kilograms, which isn't much of a weight penalty over the standard RS without a motor. It's controlled from this unit on the handlebars, and you have 4 modes to choose from. So the first one is off, which gives you no assistance. You've then got breeze mode, which gives you 125 watts, river mode, which gives you up to 250 watts of assistance, and then the rather exciting sounding rocket mode, which, although disappointingly doesn't actually deploy rocket boosters, does give you a whopping 400 watts of assistance and 60 newton meters of torque too. This is of course added to whatever you yourself can put through the pedals. It isn't a motorbike though. It will cut out above 25 kilometers an hour, but it is really useful for getting up climbs or anytime you hit a short, sharp ramp on a gravel trail. With regards to battery life, it's difficult to give an exact figure because it depends on lots of variables such as where you ride, how much you weigh, temperature, and several others. But one thing you can do is download a Fazua app to your phone and you can monitor the battery life as you ride, which is pretty cool. I hope you found this video informative, and if you have, then please help support the channel by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already. And if you'd like to watch another video, then I thoroughly recommend this one, which is a look at Luwaks carbon fibre bike factory, where you can see bikes like this and how they're actually made. It's really interesting.